All right, so welcome to the plug-in. I've been I've been telling y'all I'm gonna bring my boy Z from we go way back, probably what I was probably like around like 10. I was a young buck. Um, I'm gonna call this joint. Let's take a trip down Stephanie Lane. You know what I mean? But yeah, welcome my boy Aziz. He gonna tell y'all first. He gonna tell y'all who he is and where he from, and then we just gonna get it on from there. Go ahead, Z.
Sure. I'm Aziz. Everybody call me Z. I grew up Norristown, Collegeville. Um, coached basketball for. I started coaching basketball, played basketball. Um, just been out here in the community, giving back to the game. Um, it's kind of what I do. If you don't know me, um, I mentored my brother. My brother played professional for 10 years. He also played at Temple University for a while, for 4 years. He won a whole bunch of awards there. Man, that's basically it, man. I'm just out here giving back to the game and trying to stay out the way.
Yeah. Um. All right. So we gonna go from bottom. We gonna go from bottom to the top. So
Say that.
we you remember how we met? You remember when we met?
I'm going to say at the bus stop at Stephanie Lane.
Okay.
Uh, uh,
When
uh,
you when you moved up to Stephanie Lane, how you remember how old you was?
I know I was in the middle of seventh grade. I don't exactly know how old I was, but I moved in the middle of seventh grade. My mom told me she had a good opportunity for us.
Hmm.
And, we just kind of moved. We
Yeah.
kind of moved. I was kind of upset. Left all my friends in Norristown, but I got to Stephanie Lane. It was cool up there. All my folks was up there.
Was you in was you in Jamil grade?
Nah, Jamil was in a grade above me.
So we was in this. I feel like me, you, and Celine was in the same grade.
No, so I graduated young. So I was supposed to be in you and Liam's grade because you and Liam were in the same grade.
Yeah.
Right. And Mill was a grade above us.
Wait. So how? What you skipped?
No, my mom just started me in school early.
Oh.
You know how
So
that ain't gotta get you up out the house.
ain't no question. Hold up. So me and Lee was in sixth. You was in seventh. Mill was in eighth.
Right.
Yeah. All right. All right. Yeah. It's coming back. It's coming back. It's coming back. All right. So for people that don't know, tell them Stephanie Lane, like give them a quick your quick take on Stephanie Lane back then. I don't really know about now, but back then, you know what I'm saying?
Man, man, Stephanie Lane was classic. We was we was the first group of kids to kind of move up there. It was just built. It was fresh homes. Um,
Out in
coming
the
from
sticks.
yeah, in the sticks, I wasn't really used to that. You know, that vibe is a little different. But but I got lucky with Mill and Lean being out there. I knew them prior to me moving out there. I went to school with them in Norristown, Mill especially. Then you was out there. The Washingtons was out there. Um,
Yup.
the Jenkins family was out there. So it was like one big good community, bunch of laughs, bunch of bids. We did a bunch of laughing on that block, bunch of laughing and playing sports. That's all we did, man. Like just trying to make each other better, but at the same time, having fun with it.
I want to relate it to my old head from Phoenixville that I just had a interview, sit down conversation with. Um, like a month ago from Phoenixville, he was kind of saying when he was growing up in this little development, it was called Skate Level in Phoenixville. So I'm kind of picturing, like, you remember, did any kids ever used to say anything to you? Like, oh, they from Stephanie Lane, or you ever hear anything like that? Like, oh, they from Stephanie Lane, they from the
I
lane,
mean,
whatever.
I'm gonna be blatantly honest. Ain't nobody really want to know. they kind of knew the kids that lived on that block. PV is predominantly a white school.
Yeah, that's what I
So
was kind of
right,
getting at. It's like they
yeah,
kind of was like trying to
most of them,
like throw a little salt or something.
they knew better.
They didn't want no smoke, but
Yeah. um,
I swear my sister Dawn must have told me something though, Z. Like somebody, I'm telling you, I'm gonna find somebody. Somebody's gonna watch. Somebody's gonna comment or something when I
oh
put
yeah,
out
for
this
sure,
joint. I'm telling you, they gonna be like,
for
yeah,
sure, for
they
sure,
was definitely talking. You know what I mean,
for
talking this.
sure.
But nah, go ahead.
Nah, I mean Stephanie Lane was it was. I thought everybody had their own little niche. Everybody did their own little thing. Like I said, PV was a madame. It was mostly white. Um, but we were the majority of the black kids that went to the school.
Right.
So we kind of stuck together and we did what we had to do. We played, we did the play cousin thing, like you know what I'm saying. Like they all my cousins. Don't say
Yeah,
nothing to none of them. Like you know what I'm saying. So
we was
we
family
kind of rock out like that, and I mean we still kind of rock out like that, man. Everybody from that block is family.
for
It's been a
sure.
long time, but we all definitely still family.
That's why I wanted to get you for sure, just because I just remember you're just a good dude, you know what I mean, and just always looking out. So I said I got to get Z, and then maybe we could get sometime this summer, man. Try to get Click back together. We do like a little cookout or something, man. That'd be dope.
I mean, they say that every year, but I don't, it don't never really happen. But this may spark it, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm
So,
saying. That's what I'm saying. So, um, all right. So you already went into that. When you went to Norristown, did you go to Roosevelt?
nah, I didn't go to
I mean, I'm
Roosevelt.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm tripping. I mean, Eisenhower.
I went to Whitehall for elementary school, and then I went to Eisenhower for middle school. I kind of left at the end of football season, the start of basketball season. So when I got the PV, it was the start of basketball season. I couldn't play. I had to sit that year out. But yeah, I mean, all my Norristown friends, man, I really appreciated them. It was tough leaving them. I thought I was going to be there forever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know how you be somewhere and you be like, yeah, we ain't leaving. But Duke's had a better plan. To be blatantly honest, she told me as I was a grown man, like, she just said, like, I don't think you would have graduated from Norristown. She was just being honest with it. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I
the
want to clap.
environment.
I want to clap for that, man. Just not me. I just want to clap. No, seriously, I want to clap for that, man. Because
Yeah.
shout out to how's your mom, man? Speaking of your mom, how your mom do?
She's doing very well, man. She's doing very well. She stay active. Um stay doing what she need to do, and I'm super proud of her. And everything she did for me, my brother, and my sister. Super. We all super thankful for that because she kind of took our time with each one of us and made sure that we was good. Like you know what I mean. Like when I graduated from PV, she moved back to Norristown. You know what I mean? Because she knew my brother wasn't the same kind of kid I was growing up. So that kind of allowed him to be a little bit better at what he was trying to do, for sure.
So I just want to real quick give her a Mother's Day shout out. If she don't see this, let her know that I wanted to give her a happy Mother's Day from me, because a big
Appreciate that.
part of yeah, for sure, a big part of this platform, like for me, is for my mom's legacy, like just something to continue on, like her not being here no more. It's like me, you know what I mean, like
Get it,
channeling
bro.
her energy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
So
get it. I get it for sure, man.
yeah, so make sure definitely let your moms know, man. And yeah, that's dope. So I said that on a different show that I did. I think it was just me by myself. I said, so when I got all A's at Perk Valley,
Right.
you know how crazy that was?
Right. Exactly.
Uh,
Exactly.
and then for my mom, like I swear between you, Celine, Jamil, Leak was younger, but
Right.
y'all was probably like, yo, y'all was probably thinking like, yo, your mom's is crazy, because
Yeah, for
y'all know
sure.
I was moving to Norristown.
Right.
Y'all already came up from Norristown. He like, probably y'all. What was y'all thinking? Was y'all probably like, why is she moving y'all to Norristown?
I mean, it's like one of those things. Like we kind of knew when we got a little older, it would rekindle type joint. Like you know what I mean? Like we wasn't tripping. Like we know town. Me, Liam, and Mill and Malik know town like the back of our hand and whatnot. So it wasn't. I mean, for us, yeah, it was a little bit backwards, but we knew you could handle it. Like you know what I
For
mean? We knew
sure.
you'd be okay.
For
Um,
sure.
you know what I mean? That was more what it was about. Like you know what I mean? Making sure that basically family is cool. Like you know what I mean?
No, I respect that. It's just one of them things. Like you know how certain points in your life it changes the trajectory. You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? And I know that was pivotal. Even like with sports, like when I got down there and I wanted to play sports, my mom, she was more worrying about me, I guess getting hurt, but she didn't realize like later on in life, she always would tell me like I should have just let you play. Because when I was playing football at Stewart, and she thought I was gonna get hurt, but then long story short, as time went on, she looked back like, damn, I should have let him play because that was what was gonna keep me out of the streets and out of the
Absolutely.
BS and out of the trouble. You know how sports was when we was at Perk Valley.
Yo, I literally had honor roll every year, every sports season.
Because you
So,
had to.
so I played football, I had honor roll. I played basketball, I had honor roll. It come to springtime, I'm chilling. I'm in the weight room, you know what I mean, doing, but I ain't on honor roll. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? But I knew that during football season and basketball season, I would definitely be on honor roll. Just trying to, keep my grades right. So I, didn't let my teammates down, didn't let my coaches down. Most importantly, didn't let my friends down and my mom, like, you know what I mean? Like they wanted me to succeed. So I pushed myself super hard during those times. I remember doing 2-a-day practices and coming home from school and sitting at the table, sitting at the dining room table with my brother, eating crunch berries. You feel me?
Yeah.
Doing my homework, catching cramps. You know what I mean? Like life was real back then. So,
Yeah.
but I'm super appreciative for that, man. It taught me a lot of discipline for sure.
One thing I remember about Z, you had them red tips, man. I think you probably had them first.
Don't
First,
talk about me, man.
the first Jones though, right? The red Jones. You had to be the first one that had them Jones, man.
Sure, for
Till
sure.
this day, I still say, damn, I always wanted them joints, man. Straight up.
Yeah,
But yeah,
AI was my guy, man. I had all them tips. I had the blue tips. I
blue
had the
tips,
black
yeah.
tips. I had the red tips. I mean, that was my guy. I had all the jerseys. I had the white one. I had the red one. I had the blue one. Like I just, that was my guy. He represented what I was into back then. Still what I'm into. Like, hard work, playing super hard every game, and leaving everything on the floor, man. That little guy at that little size like that was a giant to me.
Um, and that's crazy because I don't know if you seen the message I sent you earlier. I was riding uh earlier and I was far out, man, like in Bucks County somewhere, and dude had on the Hoya, the Georgetown Iverson jersey. I said that's a sign right there. I don't never see nobody wearing that jersey like
Right,
ever.
right.
This dude was, I think it was a black boy. I think he was out on his lawn like doing some yard work, but I'm just thinking like, no way, this dude got on a Iverson jersey,
Yeah,
bro.
that's a good joint. That jersey
Yeah.
is classic.
So and that's another thing that I thought was crazy because I think I'm pretty sure you was the first person to actually put me on college. I don't think I was really on college like that back then until you was like, yo, this kid Iverson, man, from Georgetown, man, he's a problem. Like,
My house, my house, my brother will attest to this. We watch sports in Martin. That's what we watch in my house as a kid. That's what we watched. That's what kept us sharp. That's what kept him sharp. That's what and to be like tell the truth, like we watch basketball in a different way. Um, like I'm trying to teach at that young age. I was trying to teach my brother things. Like you know what I mean. So we watching it, and I'm teaching him what the moves are, why they're running that action, why they're doing whatever that they're doing. So when he gets on the court, he can kind of emulate that. And everybody kind of knew that, like growing up. Like my brother was nice. He was he was 5, he was 4, he was 6, he was 7. He was nice. Like he was good. He was a really good basketball player. Like I was picking him. I was picking him over teenagers when we was doing when
When
we
we was
was doing the
up at
games
Stephanie
on the
Lane,
block. Huh?
at Stephanie Lane,
Yeah, Stephanie Lane for sure. When we were playing the driveway, play. I
that's
picked
a
I picked my first pick and then I picked my brother.
that's another reason why I wish I stayed up there to see your brother, because I know he got super nice when he got in middle and high school.
Right, for sure. But then we was back in Norristown by then. We
Oh,
moved,
that's right.
we
Because
moved, we moved from PV to Norristown the day I graduated high school.
right. So then Leaf was what? What was he in? Still in what, eighth grade?
Nah, he was younger than that. He was in middle school for sure. He might have been in 7th grade.
Oh,
Um,
all right. I see what you're saying.
7th grade, something like that. Like my bags and shit was packed. That was that senior week. They moved all my stuff.
Because your mom, she knew that you was the one that needed to be out of.
Yeah, I was a little different. I was hanging out. I was kind of hanging out with the wrong crowd. I was hanging out with the older kids. So like I'm in 6th grade. I'm hanging out with juniors in high school, seniors in high school. You in 6th grade, you ain't supposed to be hanging out with those type of kids. They doing different things than
Yeah.
middle school kids. Like you know what I mean. So she kind of took me out of that situation. I mean,
What
probably the best thing that ever happened to me in my life, to be honest.
No, for sure. I trust me, I get it. We only stayed, so I don't know if you noticed, but we only stayed down Norristown for 2 years, but that 2 years was probably like five, you know what I mean?
Right,
Five or
right,
more for me, for like everything I got into in them little 2 years.
right.
Um,
What it felt like.
yeah, like the maturity level, like you said, I was hanging with seventh grade, eighth grade, I'm hanging with dudes that ain't even in school.
That's what I'm saying, man. That
18, 19.
yeah, man. That ain't. I look back on it like that ain't. If I had a son that was that age, I wouldn't want him to do that. Like you know what I mean? Because you want to enjoy your childhood as much as possible. Um, and like the faster you grow up, the faster your childhood goes away. Like literally can go away very very fast. From getting in trouble or having a kid, whatever, bro. That shit it could go right away. Like you know what I mean? So you gotta kinda you know, slow walk it. That's what I would tell a kid. Slow walk it, bro. Dude, enjoy
Oh,
enjoy that time while you in school and you ain't got no bills and you ain't got nobody over top of your head and you just gotta get good grades and go to school. That's probably the best time of your life. When school is over and shit changes, stuff get hard, man. Like you get what you put in, literally. If
if
you
I
don't
could
go
go
to
back,
work, you don't get no money.
back. That's how, like, if I could go back, I would go back to Stephanie Lane and just stay up that joint, just graduate from there with y'all, man. For real.
Man,
Um,
that would have been love.
um, real quick, because you just made me think of the kid down West Oak Lane, the young kid that got killed over the weekend, right?
Okay.
12, 12. So they said he was shooting a video with his friends. I seen this on the news by accident, because I ain't really a big news guy, but I've been trying to watch it here and there, but I can't play the news every day like my folks. But long
Right.
story short, they said he was shooting a video at his crib, and the police was saying there was like some BB guns and some fake guns along, obviously with the live gun.
Right.
So it just goes to show, like, the parents need to be more on like how your mom, you know what I mean? Parents need to be on their kids and know what their kids is doing.
Bro, it's different. It's a different age. It's a different time that we in right now. Like, um, it's a different time. The kid, like I get like the parents definitely need to be a little bit harder on the kids. I feel like they're a little bit too loose on them. But the kids is just like I coach kids. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So it's I watch them. I watch their reaction to certain things. It's a ton of entitlement out here. Like you think you supposed to have something, but you're not working to get what you're supposed to have.
Like it's just supposed to just come.
Like it's supposed to just happen. Like you're supposed to wake up and be Michael Jordan. And, that don't happen. Like you know
Nah,
what I mean, you got to
nah.
work. Like you got to put the work in every day to be what you want to be. And that's in anything. If you want to be whatever you want to be, you got to put the work in every day. And that's kind of what I've been on, man. Like I work super hard. I stay in the gym. I stay with my girls, my basketball girls. I coach at Renaissance, so I stay with them all the time and just try to keep them as busy as possible. And you know what I mean?
Hold up. You said Renaissance in Phoenixville?
Yeah, I coach at Renaissance Academy. Coach the
For
girls
real?
there. Yeah, real rap.
Ain't no, I ain't see that's all right. No, that's dope. I didn't know you coached at Renaissance though. That's what's up.
Crazy part about that is, bro, like I never thought I would be coaching girls, but the opportunity, like the opportunity on the boys' side of the game is totally different. Um, like it's a lot of politics. It's a lot of stuff that they go into that ain't got nothing to do with basketball, right? So on the girls' side, they just want good coaches. So it's different. But my girls are the best thing. Like they the best thing that ever happened to me. They work hard. Yes, coach. No coach. They do whatever I ask them to do. Um, we are a really good basketball team. That matters. And I appreciate the parents and everybody for the AD, everybody for giving me the opportunity. All you really need in life is the opportunity, and they gave that to me. So,
How did you start? Where did you get your coaching start at?
oh man, so I started my own AAU program when my brother was running camps and clinics.
Mm-hmm.
So off of the camps and clinics, um, I started an AAU program called Pro Youth. I did that for like 5 years. We were really, really good. Um, then my homie Marcus reached out to me and he was like, yo, they got this middle school job at Christopher Dock. You interested? I'm like, I ain't never really coached like that. Like, hey, this is what people don't understand. Coaching AAU and coaching actual um, PIAA basketball, two totally different things. Two totally different things. You can get away with more AAU wise than you can PIAA wise. But that's where I started at. I started there. I coached there for 2 years. The first year I coached the seventh grade. The second year I coached the seventh and eighth grade. Then I went to West Catholic. I was there for 2 years. Uh, we made uh, we made the PCL Final Four 2 years in a row. The second year we won the state championship in the city championship. Then I went to Norristown. That was 2 years ago. I coached JV there. Great experience. I just wanted to be in the surroundings, be in my own neighborhood. Like that's the crazy part. Like think about that. Like I had to go to the city to get a job.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean. So I went to the city. I got the job. We did very well. I was able to come back home for 1 year. I did JV, and then now I'm at Renaissance. Last year was my first year there. We won the district championship and made it to the second round of states.
That's what's up, man. That's solid. So how many years have you been doing it now? Like five?
I want to say, I want to say maybe eight or nine, something like that. Because it's been a while. Like since my brother been pro, I've been doing it. he stopped playing like 2 or 3 years ago. 2 or 3 years ago, he played for 9 years. So I'm thinking like 8 years or something like that.
Right.
But I mean, you know how long I've been in the game, bro. Like
Yeah, forever.
forever. So it's translating what I know about basketball to the kids is kind of what I'm on.
One thing that I remember from all of us up at Stephanie Lane, um, because like you said, we was like a big family, but like between you, your little bro, Jamil, Salim, Malik, I feel like we was really like brothers, you know what I'm saying? So, um, but our dads wasn't around. Mill
Right.
used to talk about his pop. My pops was always, you know what I mean, like
Right.
from Germantown to Virginia, and you know what I mean. He just was always, out the way. But your pops, I feel like I never really talked to you like about that,
So,
or I just don't remember.
well, we probably never talked about. I never really talk about my dad. My dad name was Ronald Reed. Right, he passed away.
All right,
Uh,
sorry,
but
man.
he was he was super. He was a super intense type of guy. Um,
Strict.
yeah, super strict. You know what I mean? Don't put your feet on the table. Make sure you walk on that runner. You walk on that rug. You know what I mean? It's a problem. That type bull. But like my mom was basically both, man. Like anybody that know my mom know what type time she on. Um, she does a great job. She does a great job raising her kids. She be super hard on us, but super honest. Like, you know what I mean? Like I had one of those moms that will tell you exactly what she think. So it's not like a situation where you walking in blind. Nah, she gonna tell you such and such ain't who you need to be around. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, them girls ain't the girls for you. Uh, that money ain't probably the money you supposed to be making. Let me get you a job over here. Like you know what I mean? Like she was super honest, man, and I always appreciated that. That she's the baseline to how I am. Like
did
you
you
know what I mean? Like super.
did you feel like with your brother and your sister, like you kind of had to fill not only an older brother role, but that try to be more like that role too, though.
Sure, man, for sure. I mean, I took care of my brother. I took care of my nieces. I was watching kids at 8, like you know what I mean, changing diapers, pushing strollers. I was doing all that at a very very young age. So like I said about the enjoying the childhood, like some of that got stripped from me, but it helped me as I got older. But I wouldn't change anything, man. I definitely had to take on a bigger role, making sure the house is clean, making sure my brother eat, making sure all that kind of stuff. You know, my mom pulling 16-hour days and stuff like that. You got to make sure that everything is taken care of at the house. You don't want to work 16 and then come home and have to do something. Like, you know what I mean? So she had a very, very good structure for us. But that's just part of the game with a single mom, man. You
Yeah,
gotta you as the oldest boy, it's kind of your job to protect your house, and
yeah.
I,
Did
was- I was into that. I protected my house for sure.
do you so from what I understand, you don't have no kids. Oh,
Nah, no kids, no kids, bro.
do you
No,
want? Are you do you want? Do you is that something that you could see one day?
man, we cool. I'm old now. You see the grays.
I see,
Now,
but
pop. I'm
I
old
feel the
now.
same. But just like
I
I
could
say
have
to you,
grandkids.
D, I say, but I say this to you, and I'll say this to like I like to pick people's brain. Even like my cousin, she's like 40. I was like, you still ain't you ain't too old. She's
Right,
like, I'm
right, 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 right.
40. I'm like, you ain't too old though. You still got a little.
I don't know, man. I mean, I'm very fortunate to have um, my nephew Chase,
Okay.
my niece Zori, my other nephew, Khalif. I'm super fortunate to have them. My nephew Sharon. They are extensions of me. And if you see them, if you see the boys, everyone but Khalif, they kind of look like me. Chase
They
kind of look
hooping.
like me.
I know they hooping.
Sharon kind of look like me. So
Yeah.
I don't really feel like I gotta have kids to enjoy it. Plus, I coach, man. Like nobody understands what it's like to have 15 teenagers. Like no, nobody gets it. Like
So
you know
they,
what I mean? Like
so there's that. Is that like? Because I had a conversation with somebody else about that. Like the coach, does that give you? Does that is that like a father role in a sense? Like, do you feel like it's something different that I would probably never experience that? But
I
is
never.
that
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
nah? I'm just trying to get the right words to match what I'm thinking. Like
Right.
it's like a father role to a point, right?
To a degree.
Okay.
Like me personally, I never take on the father role. I'm always the big brother. But
Okay.
I've been that guy all my life. Like you
Right.
know what I mean? I've always been the big brother. So
Natural.
like it's natural. It's a natural position for me. Now of course I'm going to be a little bit stern. Our practices are a little bit harder, or all that. But that comes with my job. That's my job. My job is to teach you discipline and stuff like that. So I take that very very seriously. I take that very very seriously. Basketball has given my family so much. I hate to see people take it for granted. I literally do. Like I watch. I watch a ton of basketball. I'm always at AAU tournaments, and I watch kids run up and down the court, and I'm like, he not going as hard as he could be going.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of upsets me because it's like it could be taken from you. Anything can happen in the game. You could run into a screen and get a concussion. Like you know what I mean? You can like anything can happen. So you have to give everything you have to the game. So when the game's over, you feel like, oh, I gave everything back to what I was doing. And that's in life too, bro. You work a job, give it your all. The next day, like you know what I'm saying? You don't want to be half-assing your job. You want to do your job at a high level.
So speaking of that, talk about so you got your own business.
Yeah. I own an apparel company. Me, my brother, and my sister. We own an apparel company. It's called M Sport. We do a ton of jerseys and uniforms and stuff like that. We do T-shirts and all that kind of stuff. We kind of been chilling lately, but it's our season right now, so we're doing a couple uniform orders and stuff like that. But yeah, man, I own that, and I kind of stay busy on that all the time.
That's
But
dope. That's
yeah,
the label there? Is that the logo?
no, that's Nipsey Hustle. That's
Oh, that's marathon.
yeah, this is
Oh,
Nipsey Hustle stuff.
that's the
Yeah,
marathon. Okay.
right.
Shout out to Nip. All right. All right. No, but that's what's up, man. That's good. That's good stuff right there with the anytime when we, where we